Hi, and welcome to Scent Striker's how-to video blog series. As you can see, Alaska is in its deep freeze cycle. What an excellent time to go indoors and get ready for the next season. I'm Don Habiger, founder of Scent Striker Lures. Alaska made, Alaska tested, and Alaska proved. Let's go indoors.
Maybe it's cold outside, but it's warm and comfortable here indoors, with visions of king salmon dancing in our heads. So let's begin getting ready for next season's king salmon fishing. So, pulling off the boat was my salmon roll. We'll begin to take out old gear, we will strip it off the roll, and we will begin to start throwing away pieces that's been used. All our monofilament line will be replaced and new gear installed. Having all that new gear at our fingertips when needed out on the water. So let's begin. Taking a slice of monofilament line, about 6 feet, let's cut off a piece. I use 40-pound fluorocarbon. I like the heavier style because it translates more movement to your skirted vortex. Let's begin by snelling on a terminal hook. I use 6/0 hooks. The reason for that is I like a little bit bigger hook. One of the things that research suggests is that salmon gauge their prey by their mouth size. A bigger hook hopefully means a bigger fish biting. Using a standard egg loop snell knot, I'll lay down, about 6 turns. Right behind the eye, I'll take my leader tip, push it back from behind through the front of the eye, squeeze that line right against the shank, add, about 5 more turns, and there is my snell loop knot. I'll put a little lubricant, hold the line in my teeth just to keep it separated and not twisting. All right, and I'll pull it tight. Now what I like to do is take the pliers, take that little tiny tag in that you left there in that snell knot, and pull it tight against the shank. That hook isn't going to go anywhere. I don't like to leave a lot of extra line at the end of the knot, so I'll just take some scissors, cut it close to the knot. That terminal hook is ready to hook a big salmon. So let's put on a second hook. Put it on the lead hook again. The tip of our line goes through the back, down the shank, through the front of the eye. Pull the lead hook to about 1 inch, within 1 inch of the terminal hook. I like to have opposite pointy ends, one up, one down. So I'll pinch my line that's running along the shank, loop back behind the eye, about 6 turns. There we go. Take that leader tip from behind through the front of the eye. The tip of the line now along the shank, putting down 5 turns or so. That seems about right. Little lubricant. Pull the line through. We're almost done. There we go. All right. A terminal hook and a lead hook. The working ends, opposite sides, one hook up, one hook tip down. All right, we are ready to put on our next piece. Now, we have talked about this before, but we'll do it again. Because we believe in the bait bite triangle, which is tracking all of a fish's scents, hunting scents. So we'll add our piece for smell, and that is the Scent Striker Original. In this case, we'll take a couple of black originals. We'll put them right next to the lead hook. So slide them on our line, through the center hole, onto the line. Second Scent Striker Original, through the center hole, down the line. Voila. Out on the water, we'll soak those in our favorite scent sauce, dinner bell smell, and we're ready to deploy those overboard. Next, we put on some plastic beads. The reason for these spacer beads is that it provides a little bit of a distance between the fibers of the Scent Striker Original and the butt end of a skirted vortex. That means plastic to plastic is rotating, and it's, I'm having a hard time finding that hole in that clear plastic bead. There we go. I found it. So next goes on a clear plastic bead, and the shank tail or the flare is plastic. This bead is plastic, and you have less friction and a greater spin on your vortex. I even like to put on, again, to create less surface area, I'll even go down to a 6mm bead. I'll put that on next. And so here you have the tie-up thus far. Terminal hook, lead hook, 2 Scent Striker Originals, a 10mm plastic bead, and a 6mm plastic bead. Finally, we're going to put on our Black Fox skirted vortex. This has 3 colors to it. It imitates a herring. It's got a black back or a black fiber. It's got, for scale flash, we got a Mylar folio silver flash. And lastly, for that UV spectrum of light, short wavelength, we have transparent UV fiber. And that fiber is going to take those short wavelengths in the blue zone, and it's going to reflect those back to a salmon. We can't see UV light very well, but salmon can. Terminal hole on the flare. Tip the line through. Take your line from the front of the vortex. And there you go. This rig is almost done. Now you'll notice that the skirt on the Mylar skirted vortex is in reverse, which means that the fibers generally are go up over the head. What happens is as you troll this, the fibers go back and you get a nice spin and a nice body profile, looking like a great big wounded bait fish. So for king salmon, I like a little bit longer leader. In this case, I will tie it off at 42 inches. I've got a 48-inch yardstick here on the table. So taking the terminal hook on one end, putting my fingers, pinching it at 42 inches. That will be the top of my loop. I'll do an overhand knot. The loop through the overhand knot, and I'll pull tight. A nice tight knot there at 42 inches. That leader is secure at that length. I'll take any excess line I have, clip it right next to the overhand knot, and this rig is ready to go on your salmon roll. So as this old gear gets stripped off, I'll just take this new gear. I'll put that overhand knot or that a lead hoop loop eye. In the seam on this pipe insulation, I'll bury my hooks inside the pipe insulation. This will disappear, and I'll begin building my brand new king salmon roll ready for next year. We will talk more about building that king salmon roll in our next how-to video. We'll complete all the various colors that we're going to fish this year. I hope you enjoyed our video. Now don't forget, Scent Striker lures are Alaska made, Alaska tested, and Alaska approved. Get yours at scentstriker.com. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and the like button. Thank you so much for watching. Don Habiger, founder of Appanage Fishing and maker of Scent Striker Lures.